Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be doing an updated version of my Bujins. Now, it's been a little while since I actually updated this deck. It's actually pretty interesting during Link format, because it's kind of one of those Protect the King decks where you just make Yamato and sit on it. So it's really interesting and it's a lot of fun to play. I actually really like this deck, because now you can play 3 Honest and 3 Crane, and you can OTK your opponent very easily with this deck. And it's a lot of fun, especially with a couple of these little tech cards that I'm playing in here that makes your opponent not like you very much. So before I get into this, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check down in the description below for my Patreon. I really appreciate anything you guys can do. I always appreciate it. So here we go. Let's get straight on into it. So first off, we're going to always play 3 copies of Bujin Yamato. Bujin Yamato, his effect is that once per turn during your end phase, you can add a Bujin monster from your deck to your hand and then either send it to the grave. You have to send 1 card from your hand to the grave. So usually you're going to add the card that you sent, or the card that you add is usually going to end up in the grave. Which usually is a good thing, because a lot of your Bujin or your Bujingi monsters are going to benefit off of that. So, then we play 1 copy of Bujin Mikazuchi. He's pretty good, but you don't really need any more than 1 of him. He's a good 1-of card in this deck, but like I said, 1 is plenty. He's the biggest base stat Bujin monster in the deck. Then we play 1 copy of Bujin Amaterasu, or Arasuda, excuse me. Arasuda is really good because if a Bujin is banished from your grave, you can special summon him, which is nice. And then once per turn during the end phase, if a Bujin monster was added to your hand, this turn you can draw a card and then discard a card, which is nice. He kind of helps you out with extending your plays towards the end of your turn, and plus it's an awesome looking card. Something I will mention after I lay down the next card. Then you play 2 copies of Bujin Harume. I was thinking about bumping it up to 3, but I felt like 2 was just plenty in this deck. With 2 Harumes, you can get a lot of plays off, because you can banish a Bujin from your graveyard to special summon it. Something you can keep in mind, though, you can only control 1 of each of these at any given time. Like, you can only control 1 Yamato, or 1 Mikazuchi, or 1 Arasuda, or 1 Harume. But something to keep in mind too, these are actually based off of the original GX cast. Like, that's based off of Jaden. Yamato's based off Jaden. That's Chaz, that's Bastion, and that's Alexis. And the next one, I believe, is based off of Zane. Maybe, I think. If I'm looking at it correctly. But the neat thing is if the Harume is destroyed by battle or by card effect, and sent to the grave, you can send a card from your hand, and then your opponent has to send a card from their hand. I was actually mistaken about Mikazuchi. Harume is actually the highest at 2,000. So then you play 3 copies of Bujin Haruka. Haruka is the newest Bujin card. It came out in Maximum Crisis, which is... It's actually a pretty good card. It's a vanilla, but it has a pendulum effect of you can banish this card from your pendulum zone to target a Bujin XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck a Bujin XYZ monster with a different name by using the target as material. So, like, if I have a face-up, Kagasuchi on the field, I can have this placed in my pendulum zone, use the Kagasuchi effect, banish that, and then immediately go Amaterasu on top of it. So it lets me grab the exact Bujin monster I need, or utilize one and then get the other one's effect. So it helps out, and it gets your Susanoo more materials. So then we play, that's it for the Bujin monsters. Then for the Bujingi monsters, we play 2 copies of Hair, because we need the protection of being able to banish Hair from the graveyard, so your Bujin monster that you target can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. 2 Turtle. Turtle is really good still, because it prevents your monster from being targeted, which is really nice. The Hair prevents you from being... destroyed by battle or by card effects, and then the Turtle prevents you from being targeted, which is nice. Then we play 3 copies of Crane, which Crane is so much better than both of those. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, but Crane is like God tier. Crane's effect is that you can ban it, or you can discard it from your hand to double your Bujin's attack points, which is crazy. I love this card. if a Bujin Beast Warrior monster is going to get battled. Then I play 1 copy of Quillin. Quillin, you can banish it from your graveyard to target a card on the field and destroy it at any time, which is great as long as you control a Bujin monster that's a Beast Warrior original attribute, original type. I'm playing a Yugioh. Yugioh is kind of like another battle trap, and I just love the art of Yugioh. During the battle phase, or during the damage step, if a Beast Warrior Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you banish from the graveyard. That monster you control gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster, so it's kind of like Honest in a way. I really, really, really like it. And then if it battles, battling until the end phase of the damage step, and if it does, all battle damage your opponent takes from battles is halved, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of like one of those clutch cards that if you have to use it, you use it. And then I play 3 more copies of Bujin Crane, which is 3 Honests. That is one heck of a glare. Let me put it down here. 3 Honests. Honest helps out a lot because it's like you're playing 7 battle traps with the Yugioh, the Cranes, and the Honests. The only thing that I might drop is the Yugioh because it halves the battle damage, which kind of sucks. But hey, whatever, you're going to deal in some damage. And it protects your Yamato. In a pivotal moment that you can't add the Crane to hand, I send the Yugioh to grave. And they don't know that it does that if they don't read it. So that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. I really actually like this deck. It's a lot of fun. It's the original Protect the King deck when you had like Evil Swarms running around a lot. This was the other deck that was the Protect the King deck because you made Ophion in there and you made Yamato in here. So we played 2 copies of Bujin Carnation. Carnation kind of helps us out getting into our XYZs easier because if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monster, you can target a banished Bujin and a Bujin in your graveyard and special summon them both and then overlay with them, which is really good. Then I play 2 copies of Unexpected Die because if I normal summon a Bujin monster to my field, or I activate Unexpected Die, bring out the Haruka, and then normal summon any other Bujin, I can overlay into a instant level 4 monster, which is really good. Then I play 2 copies of Twin Twister because we need a little bit of back row hate because we just don't want our Yamatos to go to grave at all. Then we play 3 copies of Pot of Duality because once you get your Yamato on the field, you really want to get Yamato first turn. Like, I cannot emphasize how important it is to get Yamato first turn. So that's why we play 3 Dualities, and we don't special summon all the time, so 3 Dualities is a necessity. Then I play 3 copies of Fire Formation Tinky, the old school searcher of the deck, and it increases all your Beast Warrior monsters by 100 attack. So if you activate this first turn and you get your Yamato out with it, you can instantly make him a 1900 Walloping Stick, which is awesome, and then get protection for him on top of that by sending a card from your deck to the grave off the Yamato's effect during the end phase. So, that's it for the spells. Pretty self-explanatory on the spells, a lot of special summons, a lot of searches. Let's get into the traps. Now, traps are kind of personal preference. You can play anything you want in the trap lineup. I play 1 copy of Lose One Turn because if I'm going to make a Susanoo or something like that, I don't want to have this face up on the field. So this is kind of like the clutch card. If I need it, I add it to my hand off of the Pot of Duality or something like that. If you want to drop it, that's all up to you. If you want to bump it up to 2, bump it up to 2. I kind of like it at 1. I kept seeing it too many times if I played it at 2, but Lose One Turn was great at 1. Pun intended. 2 Solemn Strikes because I sometimes just don't want my opponent to have monsters and access to monsters, so I play 2 Solemn Strikes and a Warning. And then my last little personal tech is 2 copies of Lost Wind. You can almost OTK your opponent with this because you can target their monster that has been special summoned and that monster has its effects negated and also its original attack is halved, which is awesome. So you can just attack into them with a Yamato, drop a Crane, drop an Honest, go nuts, and deal them some serious damage. And this can be used twice because you can reset it back to your field because of its special effect. And then you get to use the effect twice to half it again if you want to next turn, or it's like better Fiendish Chain. So, 2 copies of that, and that's it for my trap lineup. I don't really need that many traps in this deck. It doesn't really benefit from having a bunch of traps because I've already got all the graveyard effects and all the graveyard abilities. So that's it for the traps in the main deck. So let's get straight on into the extra deck. So we're going to play 1 copy of Bujin Amaterasu. This card requires 3 level 4 monsters to make it. And the other thing that's interesting about the Amaterasu is that it gets an effect depending on whose turn it is. On your turn, you can target a banished Bujin or a banished level 4 or lower monster, special summon that target to your side of the field, which is awesome. And then during your opponent's turn, you can target one of your banished level 4 or lower monsters and add it to your hand, which is also really awesome because it lets you add back your cranes if you banish it off of the effects of your Harumes or something like that. And whatever you want to add back, and you know you can make it a Amaterasu, you just banish it and then add it back, or special summon it. So then I play one copy of Kagasuchi. Kagasuchi mills 5 off the top of your deck, and then after he sends the top 5 off your deck, he gains 100 attack for each Bujin card sent to the graveyard by his effect, which is going to be sometimes quite a lot. Sometimes I make him first turn just to kind of get some hairs and stuff like that in my grave. He helps out a lot that way. And if he would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can just detach a card from him instead, which is nice. Now, you guys are going to get on me for this, and I know it's going to happen in the comments, but I am playing the Platinum Rare ones. I bought so many 10s that I had a bunch of Platinum Rares laying around, so I just threw them in here. If you guys want to play the Ultra ones, go for it. I'm thinking about ordering some Ultra ones because they're only like $1 a piece, I think, to not play these shiny monstrosities. But I kind of like them. They're kind of obnoxious to my opponent. It's kind of like mental warfare. I know, I'm bad. I'm a bad person. So, with 3 Bujin Susanos, its effect is that it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and once per turn you can detach a card from it to take a Bujin monster and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. So, 3, in my opinion, is just a necessity. I know you guys can't really see that, but that is a Bujin T Susanoo. So then I play 2 copies of Bujin T Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi is mine to command. I know, Itachi Uchiha. Totally nerdy. It takes 2 light monsters to make it, and then once per turn you can detach a card from it to send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum 1, and if you do, draw 2 cards. And then when this face-up card you control leaves the field, you can target 1 level 4 Beast Warrior monster in your graveyard, and any number up to the number of XYZ materials this card had, and then special summon them. So you're going to get to at least special summon 1 copy of Yamato, because you're going to have a Yamato in the grave when this goes off usually. So 2 of it is plenty. Then I play 1 copy of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Tiger King. I know, guys. Platinum Rare. Haha, I know. Because you're playing the Fire Formations, you might as well play a Tiger King on top of it. 1 Tornado Dragon, because I need to pop back row. Baguska, just in case I don't draw Yamato, or an ability to draw Yamato, and I can make a Harume on turn 1 somehow. I can go into Baguska, put it in defense mode, and wait out until I get my Yamato. 1 copy of Honor Art, because I can still steal stuff, and it's still good to steal stuff. Castel, because Castel bounces stuff all over the place. Direwolf, because everything's a Beast Warrior, so I can pop other stuff besides him, which is nice. And then for my only 2 Link monsters, I'm playing a Decode Talker and a Proxy Dragon, just in case I need them. I'm playing them. So I don't ever find myself actually Link summoning in this deck. I usually find myself going into the actual Bujin XYZ monsters, which is usually going to be Tsukiyomi to push for game. But that's it for the extra deck, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed taking it. It's been a long time. I think it's been like 2016 since I updated Bujins. So this was a long time in the making. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out my Patreon down in the description below, and check out all those other cool links. This is DarkArmedAlliance. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe too, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.